All right, so week 7 review as we go through it. So I don't know, let's start off with quiz 11. So this is the hard one. This is kind of dreaded.
Parat Yosef.
Now, can you guys hear that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the bottom right.
Parat Yosef.
Or bottom right. Did I say left or
Ohole
right? I can't remember.
Avraham.
Mhm.
You got it.
That's the middle bottom.
Ohole Avraham.
Ole Avraham.
Banot.
Banot.
It's a house.
It's the no, it's the daughters, isn't it? On the top right.
Banot. So bat, banot.
Oh,
Can you just help me out here for a
Yosef.
second? Oh,
For sure.
I couldn't tell the difference actually in the pronunciation of the daughters, like and banot. There, it's the same word, but I think there's a little bit different emphasis. Isn't that correct?
Yep, exactly. Let's see. I seen that
Just
in
while we're there.
sometime. Just a second. Banim Banot. It's somewhere in here because
Because it's the same, it's like the same word, but it's just pronounced a little differently. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So we've got
Okay.
Banot and Banot, but I thought there was like an easy chart right there. Maybe it's in the lesson.
now isn't it easy that when they take the a out of banot that you just put a comma instead, so you know that there was a shiva underneath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the only difference. I was gonna say it looks the same to me, but yeah, that's the only difference.
So Banot
Okay.
would be just daughters without any sort of construct form to it. But if it is
Right.
daughters of someone, then you change that patach to a shava. Banot, banot.
And it's possessive, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
for sure.
Suse Yosef.
So say
It's the horses in the middle.
Horses from Joseph. Yeah.
so say Yosef.
Bate David.
David.
That's the top right. It's the house of David. Oh, but is it the family of David?
That would
Well, there is no family of David.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at it. Okay, I couldn't remember which one it is. Is it the bottom? Is it the middle bottom?
Yeah. So we're talking about bait and batim. So the plural is bate.
Bate.
Bate David.
Justice of Joseph.
Hare Yehuda.
Hare Yehuda.
It's the mountains, isn't it? The map.
Hare Yehuda.
Yeah, of Judah. Mountains of
Nashim.
Nashim.
That's the bottom left.
Is that just the wives?
Or the wives. Oh yeah.
Eshet.
So Eshet, Nashim.
Okay.
Anshe Yisrael.
Top right.
Yep.
So Anashim, but they're construct, and so Anashe Israel.
Banim.
Banim.
I thought she said Ba'anim.
Top right. Is it?
It's the
Banim.
sons.
Yeah.
Banim.
Beit Yosef.
Top
That's
right.
the house.
The house of Joseph. Yep.
Beit Yosef. Yep.
Beit
You guys are
David.
good.
בית דוד.
Children of David. Is it the right top?
We're
Oh,
going.
It's
yeah.
the boys.
The
boys,
House
right?
of David. There we go. Yeah.
So
That one was confusing a little bit, right?
I was, it took me a minute.
Uh-huh.
yeah, so bait would be house, and Beit Yosef is the construct form of a single house. And so when we're talking about the entire family, we could say the house of David. Beit
Right.
Yosef.
בנות יעקב.
The daughters of Jacob.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Banot Yaakov. So this banot, is it shava or a patach?
I can't remember which is which. The two dots, what is that?
The shava.
Is that the patak? The
That's-
Shiva?
Mhm.
The Shiva, yeah. That would be it, right?
But I think it's the other one, isn't it?
No,
Patach.
in the construct form, it's going to be the shava. So you're getting rid of the vowel. Banot.
Oh, I was thinking it was the not construct form. Okay, so I was right if it was, but I was wrong. I picked the right one for the wrong answer.
Banot Yosef.
יד אברהם.
Upright.
This hand.
The hand of Abraham.
Yad Avram.
ידי איש.
Look at the.
Oh,
Sorry.
I know.
The
The
beard
woman's eyes
thing.
with the beard.
Sorry. Okay, what was that again?
Yadei ish.
Oh. Oh,
And that's
How
her
about-
hands.
I am going to take a screenshot.
that's awesome.
Is
Is that a little subliminal? That's everything they go against.
Yeah.
Yadei
בני יעקב.
Bnei Yaakov.
Sons of Jacob.
That's mhm.
Bnei Yaakov.
עיני אישה.
Bottom right.
It's her eyes.
Ainei Isha.
Yeah, that's
פי
plural.
איש.
Ki ish.
Oh, the
Oh,
mouth.
the lips or
Lips.
the mouth.
Mouth.
Ki ish.
I always get that mixed up. I've got to go back and review it.
Mhm.
Lips and mouth.
Yep. And that one's like for me a hard one to hear when it's in like a text of something and they're talking about the mouth of something and it's just pee and I'm like, oh, what does that mean again? I always forget pay. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's when you go to
Mhm.
the bathroom. That's when you pee.
Yep.
רע הדבר בעיני אברהם.
Top right.
That's the pig.
Yeah, yeah. So quiz, what does that mean? Who can say it?
This thing is bad in the eyes of Avram. Something
Mhm.
like that.
Yep. Ra hadavar hazeh ba'inei Avram. Yeah, this thing is bad in the sight of Abraham.
Will you say how will you say I want to hear how you say
Eyes.
or however you say it. How do you say it? Bad.
That's a tricky one.
It's so tricky. I keep trying. I can't even come close to saying it like she does, but
Yeah. So I've heard different Jews saying it different ways. The resh or resh is often trilled when it's at the beginning of a word,
Yeah.
but in one of my courses lately, they're doing the guttural in the back. Resh versus anyway. So with bad, ra, ra, ra.
Ra.
You're
Yeah.
kind of trilling it, but not like a full trill. But you could also kind of do it in the back of your throat. Rah, rah.
it's almost like she's doing both at the same time.
Yeah, and
Because of because
I
this
find yet.
yeah. Because that's what she does with the Oh, I'm blanking. What is that letter? That's kind of silent, but kind of not.
With the ayin.
Ayin, yeah. She kind of does that like
Yeah.
rote thing.
You know,
So, yeah. Anyways, I'm not good at either, so it's really hard.
ra, ra, ra. Yeah, you're kind of doing it in the back of your throat, but you're also trilling a little. I don't know. It's it's a
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
I'll
I
keep
was
practicing.
told to get that R straight, just uh, to learn to gargle when you brush your teeth. Go, you know, and that's how you get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh,
For me, it's natural. So
yeah, the Chewbacca sound. All right, so we've got this one.
Okay.
רגלי אישה,
It's the feet,
Of the woman.
legs.
feet of her, the
Ragle.
feet of her, of the lady.
נשי יעקב,
The
Is it the
wives of Jacob.
Wives.
Nashim, Nashe.
Oh, yeah.
טוב הדבר בעיני אברהם.
That one was nice and slow. I like that.
Yeah, that was nice. That's the
I don't like-
blanket.
Yeah.
Tov hadavar hazeh b'ainei Avram. Yes.
פני פרה,
Cow's nose.
Face of the cow.
Mhm.
Oh, face.
Yeah.
Yes. Said
Panim, paneh.
nose.
So what would be, actually, I don't think we've learned the construct form of nose, have we?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. And we just did 10 and 11 today, right? So let's go back and do the third one of 10.
האיש אברהם והאישה תמר.
Top one.
Haish,
Avraham
Abraham,
v'chasha Tamar.
אברהם בבית ותמר במדבר.
the middle one.
שם האישה תמר.
The middle one.
Middle
no,
one.
bottom one.
Bottom.
Yeah.
Him. Aisha, Demo.
So Shem,
Oh,
That's
uh-huh.
She.
about there, and then
Shem.
man here.
Yeah.
and it's on the bottom.
אברהם במדבר.
The middle one.
The middle one.
שמי בית.
The top one.
Bottom.
Um,
Oh,
Mm,
bet. Never mind.
No, it's hard to do it like really
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom one. She's correct.
because I was like the bottom one, and then oh yeah, the T, yeah.
תמר בת דוד.
Middle.
it has to- isn't it the top one? Is
It's
it the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
שם האיש דוד.
Middle.
No,
No,
that's
the
not
bottom.
David.
That's the bottom one.
Not
No, the middle's
Yeah.
David.
No, it's the top
Oh,
one.
no, it is the top
Top
one.
one.
Oh my gosh. I totally.
Because the bottom one's
תמר
Haisha.
בבית.
Top one.
Mhm.
ראש אברהם.
Top one.
Yeah, this one's a funny one. They just swapped these two consonants there.
Mm.
That's the thing is you can look at it, but then you have to
Roshar.
start comparing with other ones.
Yeah.
What did this say?
ראש הר.
Top
Alright.
one.
It's the
Top
top one.
Rosh Har.
מי בת דוד?
Top one.
Top
Top
one.
one.
איה הידיים?
Bottom.
That one is a
Yeah,
tricky
bottom.
one.
Is it not the bottom?
No, yeah, it's good. Yeah, the bottom one. But
Oh,
just the comparison between these two, you have to really think about it.
yeah,
I know.
they look so similar.
It's
Yeah,
hey,
so
yeah,
how would you pronounce this one? The middle one.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, Yadim.
Hayadim.
Dean.
Yadim.
Hayadim, hayadaim.
Hmm.
Yep.
יד אישה.
Middle.
Is it the top one? Oh, it's the
The
middle?
one. No, middle.
So
That's
this one would be Yod versus.
Yod.
Yod.
Isn't that fun that you can like sight read things, actual words and sentences, even though they're little short ones? I love that. All right. So any questions? I was wanting to go into some of the grammar sheet and just kind of read through that because construct forms are pretty hard. But if there's any questions, let's go ahead and tackle those.
I like that.
I already asked mine.
Just one question. I'm realizing that so wish I knew language better. So they'll say these sentences and I understand,
Mhm.
but would I be able to necessarily translate perfectly into English? And I know before we've had we did some practice with I can't even think of what these words are called. Anyways, is the best place if you want to kind of make sure what they're saying or down to the and the this and all that stuff is the best place just to kind of really look through these grammar lessons?
That's what I would say.
Or
The lesson scripts and the grammar lessons, those are going to be your best resources. I've tried using like Google Translate or something and like trying to write what they're saying, and man, it's it's more
Yeah.
complicated than not. So yeah, these ones, especially if you're using and kind of referencing directly from the videos, that's where I would typically go.
Okay.
Yeah, and also that's a nice feature of the classroom thing here. If you go to the stream, feel free to ask the rest of the class. I'm on
Yeah.
there all day long, all day long. It's up next to me. It's not like I'm sitting here, but that's where I can easily cover that, and somebody else will probably have a question or an answer to it, kind of a thing. And so we could use that as well to kind of point people in the
let's
right
have
direction.
That's a good reminder.
No, I don't think I could construct a proper sentence, not the longer ones.
Yeah, it's like I can
Mhm.
I think I'm thinking okay, I can understand in general what they're saying, but could I then
Mhm.
I couldn't relate what the
Right.
yeah, I couldn't construct it myself.
We always can say, I know your dad, Annie. Right?
Any dot? Yeah,
And then
I would say that a lot.
I don't know. I have no idea.
yeah. And we can do that as well, if we want to. So our in-person group, what we're doing a lot is kind of forcing the conversation. So we have lots of props and lots of animals, and we're always trying to ask each other what they are and get more conversational with it. That's kind of hard on this screen since we don't all have things that we can just kind of pick up and do random stuff with. But I can work at doing more of that in our sessions here, if that would be helpful, so that we can get more practice in that area like you're talking about. Because it's one thing to just hear it and kind of repeat it, but it's another thing to actually okay, now get my brain into speaking that on a fluent-ish level. I don't know why my light keeps shutting off. Um,
Well, it wants to keep us in the dark.
yeah. It's like an automatic light, and it's supposed to shut off after an hour, and it always does, unless I'm on Zoom and I must not move enough or something. It's crazy. I guess we need to. Did I show you head, shoulders, knees, and toes to this group?
Mm-hmm.
We need to
That
do
was
that more, I
cute.
guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so let's read through this lesson 7, and then we'll kind of get some practice with the construct forms. Construct forms are like one of the harder things for me right off the bat. Like, oh man, my brain took a long time trying to muddle through those. All right,
Don't
so
forget.
plural forms of the family terms son and daughter. So we've got Bain. So um, I can't zoom in any more than that. But anyway, it's a tsere,
It's okay.
which is interesting, right? So Ben and Bat, Ben and Bat. And then we change that tsere to a patach, Banim and Banot. So the daughter one just basically changes from a patach to a kamatz, and then we actually change the entire vowel sound on the sons. It's a Banim, Banot. And then, as we briefly introduced in 5.2, in Hebrew, the relationship between two nouns that is usually expressed with the preposition of in English is often called genitive in classical languages, is expressed in Hebrew with what is called a construct chain. A chain may consist of just two nouns, as in 1 and 2, or 3 or more nouns, as in 3 and 4. So, meaning the house of the wife of the man or the house of the wife of the son of Joseph, kind of a thing. So you can chain them
Yeah,
together.
those are even confusing in English, but
Yeah.
in Hebrew, it was super confusing.
Yeah. So anytime that we're using that of here, that's kind of what our construct forms are looking at. So let's see. Avi ha-na'ar. Avi ha-na'ar. So Av changes to Avi, the father of the boy. So instead of having a separate word, it's changing the actual title or the noun there. And then we've got Ben, but if it's the son of something, then we're changing the tsere to a segol. Ben, 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 Ben Yosef. So Ben Hur, kind of a thing. We hear the Ben a lot, but oftentimes we're hearing it in its construct form. But if it's just singular, it's Ben. Bait, bait, bite, bait, and then Isha, Eshet. Isha, Eshet. So the house of the wife of the man. So both of our first nouns are going to change over since they're both construct in that case because we're chaining them together. Beit Eshet Ha'ish. So if this was just the house of the man, then we would say Beit Ha'ish. Beit Eshet Ha'ish. We're
So
changing.
actually, it says house of wife of man.
Yes. So that is kind of interesting here, where in the English they have the on each of these, whereas this one has just one ha.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that because I didn't see a ha in front of the house and in front of the wife. And so Oh, it only goes on the last one, what it is about, right?
Yes. And so that's something that I want to dive deeper on, is why that, because I don't get it. Why? Because like usually when we're talking about Ha'ish, Hazeh, Hagadol, we put the article, the ha, in front of each of them, right? But in this
Right.
one, the construct form, I don't necessarily understand why the thes are missing. So there's only one. And so everything that it's applying to, I guess, gets that removed. But yeah, I don't have a great way to explain that.
It's the
Maybe it's not
usual
just of, maybe it's of the.
about the man.
Mhm.
So, man is always the highest one. So it's about the man. So whatever it is, the wife is of the man and the house is of the man. So it is about the man.
Mhm.
Or do I see that wrong?
And so whatever the subject is,
In
that
front of
that's
it.
that. Yeah, it's possible. So yeah, chaining four different things together here. So Joseph has all of these things, and there's a chain. So we've got Beit, Eshet, Ben Yosef, house of the wife of the son of Joseph.
But how
I was
come
getting
it
super
isn't
confused.
Joseph?
Yeah,
It
well,
doesn't have a ha in front of Joseph. Now I'm confused.
yeah, so this one seems to be like a proper name versus this is the man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
if it has name, it doesn't have to get the ha. If it's just Ben in general,
Well, because
it's the ha.
you
Yeah.
don't say of the Jeanette.
Mhm. And so of Joseph, it would eliminate that the. Yeah, I don't know. It's not super cut and dry to me just yet. So
I was kind of confused. Is that a dash?
kind of, yeah. So some of the construct
What was
form
that?
use that. If we go to Hebrew punctuation, I always forget the title of it. It's a makaf.
Makaf.
Makaf is a high hyphen. So you'll see it a lot in words. Let's see if there's. So yeah, a standard English hyphen would be the equivalent of a Hebrew makaf.
But why are they using a hyphen there in the sentence?
That is a good question.
That's what I didn't understand. It was like, what? I figured it was like a dash, and I was like, but or a hyphen. I thought, but why do they have it there?
Yeah.
Okay, at the top of the page, the very first box, see, it's got it there. It's like it adds it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some type of grammar thing about it because it's adding it.
Yeah. I was just checking through here. It doesn't seem like they cover it yet. So probably in that Wikipedia might be our best thing for now. It's different from the hyphen in its positioning, and the original purpose of the makaf was to show that two words should be considered one for the purpose of dagesh placement, vowels or stress or cantillation. This use continues into the present beyond reprintings of biblical texts. For example, in sheet music. So yeah, it's still in use today. But yeah, basically just that. For the
Oh, you
purpose.
have it after ha and ze and stuff too.
Mhm. Yeah. So it just has some grammar purposes that I'm sure we'll get into with
Figure out.
gesh placement, vowels, stress, and cantillation. Yeah. That's Hebrew 202, not our 101 here.
Yeah, because see, there's son of Joseph. It shows that it added it in your little box. Go up there and then up above. It's got it too.
Mhm.
a little more.
All right, so plural forms ending in im or dual forms ending in yim both change the end in a for these forms here. So banim, bnei, bnei Yosef. Nashim, nashe, nashe Yaakov. Let's see, what is this one? Ohale, ohalim, ahale, or let's see. Yeah, ahale. That's
Ale.
an interesting one to change, right? Because we're doing o, ha, lim, a, hale, hale, Abraham.
Ahale o ahe hele.
Oh, ahole. Oh, wait a minute.
Ahele, I thought.
This is an O. So when we have the patah with the shava underneath of it, it produces the O sound. Ahole.
Oh,
Ahole.
I could not see that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was mispronouncing it first off. So O ha lim. So O ha ah ho. So it swaps the vowel sounds.
Okay.
Ohalim ahole. Ahole Avraham. Yeah, Avraham. And then let's see. Ainim. Ainim. And
Eyanim, Einayim.
Naim.
Ena-
Ainai.
Inayim.
Ainaim. And then
Uh-huh.
Aine. Aine Avram. And then nouns that end in the ah or change to the ending of at. So barat, barat Yosef. Plural nouns that end in ot usually have their vowels constricted or shortened in the construct form. So banot, not, banot Yosef.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is something that would be super helpful to put like on flashcards. So changes to at. Ot reduces the vowels or constricts them. And then yim or im both change to a. And then it says an important feature of the construct change structure is that the definiteness of the final noun in the chain determines the definiteness of the entire chain. Oh, there's our answer. So an indefinite final noun, as in number 1, means the whole chain is indefinite. A definite final noun, as in 2 and 3, means the whole chain is definite. So,
Okay, I don't understand that.
so ar, it tells us that not all of the words have to have that article in front of it.
Oh,
So if it does have the ha, you would just assume all of the construct chain parts of it have it. You don't, it's just repetitive at that point. You don't need them. But that's for indefinite, but definite articles where we have a Joseph here, Yosef, we don't need it on any of them. So
right.
just going through that again. So the indefinite for number 1 here, and then the definite for 2 and 3. So indefinite and then definite. Which seems like they just misnumbered them. Because
Yeah, I was gonna say, what,
1 and 3 are both,
they're both indefinite.
yeah, and then the definite of this one and this one.
Okay, so definite, there's no ha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That almost makes sense.
All right. And then here's this footnote here is talking about the pronunciation of that hatef kamatz. So the rule that reads a kamatz hatuf, so the patach is is a closed, unaccented syllable, and a hatef kametz, both as O sounds, means that the word ahole is correctly pronounced ojole, just like the name Noemi.
Yeah, no.
Naomi.
It's
This-
Naomi.
Yeah, so this can be a complicated issue that even a lot of Hebrew experts struggle with. So don't worry if you don't understand it right away. That's why it's one of those footnotes.
So that just so it's called a hatef kamatz with looks like the shiva and the
Yes. Hatef,
so
kamat,
that together makes an O sound.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I had that on the original vowel chart, but man, some of those ones that have like the vowel plus the shiva, they just kind of are exceptions to the rule. They don't seem to make sense. And that's why it's good to try to hear what the people are saying that know how to pronounce it, and then just kind of go off of that until we got the grammar down.
Yeah.
All right, so note that proper nouns, names of people and places, are considered definite by default. So number 3 above here is a definite construct chain because the final word in the chain is a proper noun. So Beit Avraham. So it doesn't need the ha in front of it. Only the final noun is marked for definiteness, so it is incorrect to mark a noun in construct form with the definite article ha, as in number 4. So this is incorrect. Habeit haish. It should be like this. Beit haish. We wouldn't put that article in front of it.
Wait. So
So
maybe
Beit Avraham, we wouldn't put
yeah, we would do the
uh,
ha.
but for
Just
this
trying to
one, we
understand.
need-
Okay.
so Beit
Oh,
haish.
well. Unless it's in the construct form.
Yeah. So if we're not talking about a construct form, we would do Habait Haish. So the man, the house, kind of a thing.
Mm.
But if it's in construct form, it's the house of
Then
the
then becomes Verhaish, right?
Haish.
Or Uvaish. Verhaish.
No, because that would be and. So anytime
No.
we're doing the and, then we would do the
The
or
house.
u.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when we do a construct form, only the final one needs
Oh,
the article. If it does indeed need an article, only the final word does.
yeah. Okay, I'm seeing it now. It took me a second to realize the
Yeah,
by
don't
was in
reach tomorrow.
construct form. I'm like, but it's not. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And so here with number 1, I think that's important as well, because if we're doing Beit Ish, we're assuming an ah. So a house of a man. So we're in this indefinite kind of a place versus this is definite. It's this house of that man kind of thing. All right. So, good or bad in the eyes of. In Hebrew, a person's approval or disapproval is expressed with the idiom, it's good or bad in their eyes. So, is this thing good in the eyes of Abraham? Hatov, hadavar, so thing, hazeh. So here we're having the article on each one of them because we're talking about something definite. Not just is a thing good, is this thing good? Hatov, hadavar, hazeh, b'einei Avram. And
But
then
that's not the order it's in, is it?
Mhm.
What's
this
the
is
first word again?
hatov, so good.
It's hatov.
Yeah.
So it's the good.
Yeah.
Like it's not in the same order.
Mhm.
But it's
So-
great.
Yeah, it
This is
doesn't,
where I'm not
it
very
doesn't
good at the
translate like,
at like no, and this is where I'm not very good at like I couldn't put a sentence like that together because I wouldn't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Maybe we
Uh,
learn that later, right? The rules.
Yeah, we learned that a little bit later. And as well, there's one lesson in the past that kind of goes through it, but we didn't really focus on the grammar too much of it yet. But as we do go back, there is a good section of why things come in a certain order there. But yeah.
Okay. And I guess just listening will kind of start knowing, getting a feel for what sounds right and what doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Listening is going to be your best bet because then you're going to say,
Mhm.
oh, why do they always say it in this order? And then it just kind of gets cemented in there.
Yeah.
Yep. And so here, the thing is not good. We're starting off again with that, the state of it. Lo tov hadavar ba'einei Avram.
So not good. The thing, eyes of Abraham.
Mhm. So yeah, so we've got ba, which means in,
Uh-huh.
ba
In
einei.
eyes.
So this is a construct form, einei, because we're talking about einaim. So in the eyes of, in its construct form, and then Avram. Yeah. And then if a thing's bad, we're talking about the state of it first. Ra, ra. Let's see. Oh, ra, ra, ra. Yeah, you're trying to like squelch it off in the back, but you're also kind of trilling it.
Yeah.
Ra, ra, hadavar, ba'einei Avram. Yeah. But these little eyes are creepy to me. I don't understand.
I don't know. I thought the bearded lady was a little creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh,
saw that right away. Amy,
Oh,
you
yeah.
saw that too.
I know.
I didn't know what you guys were freaking out about or whatever. And then, oh, okay, yeah.
I know that's the first thing I saw. I'm like, that's because the face and both the faces lined up completely. That's what
Uh-huh.
made it so weird.
It looked kind of funny, yes.
Yeah, it did.
All right, so notice that eyes, eine, in construct form does not have the vowel of the definite article on the preposition.
Well, that doesn't matter because I don't know what the vowel of the definite article is anyway on a preposition. So
Yep. So
didn't
ba,
even know about that.
yep. So normally in would be ba with a tach, or sorry, kamatz, ba. And so here, ba'ine, we're shortening, we're not doing a vowel sound there. Ba'ine Avram. So instead, the definiteness of the eyes of Avram comes from the definiteness of the final noun in the construct chain, the proper name Avram.
Ja,
Uh,
how come 1 minute they call him Avram and andere is Abraham?
I don't know because yeah, that was throwing me off too because we've got Avram
No, I
here.
think her husband's name is Avram.
Yeah.
And you have Avram and Abraham because his name changed. So I think it's showing you a time period, right? But I think her husband's name's Avram.
He is not that old.
Yeah, and so here we've got the
He's not
tent
that
of
old.
Abraham
Yeah.
and then the eyes of Avram. So yeah.
Yeah, she's just changing the name. Using a different name, different places.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought sometimes she was talking about Abraham and sometimes her husband.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know.
That's what, yeah,
That's what I
'cause
thought.
in that section, she was, is this good in the eyes
Mhm.
of Avram?
Uh-huh, because she was talking about the blanket and the pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's bad, she talks about her husband.
Yep. Avram Chachamor.
Now, why do they say Yaakov instead of Yaakov?
Let's see, do we have one of those versions
Spell
here?
it Yaakov.
Right there.
Mhm. So we've got Ya, and then there's an Ayin. So Yaakov, Yaakov.
There's an A sound underneath. So
Uh-huh.
it says Yaakov, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yaakov. Yeah. Yaakov. Yaakov. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Those people can spell.
So is that how you say Jacob in Hebrew? Like you
Uh-huh.
have Yah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yaakov.
Yeah.
Yaakov.
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to do that kind of
You have to say it fast. Yaakov.
Yaakov. Yaakov. Yeah. Sometimes like when I hear other people saying that word and they're really going for it, you can hardly tell that there's the double A kind of sound. But when you're going slow, you want to try to Yaakov. Yaakov.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy, just so you know, I sent you a message in the chat.
Oh, okay. I'll look at them.
But yeah, so hopefully that's helpful, but sometimes jumping into the grammar too soon is sometimes detrimental. It gets you all flustered and about. But for this one, I think that it helped me the most for this lesson rather than just trying to listen to it and put it together, actually going down to the rules and going, oh, okay, here's where we're at. And then when I go and re-listen to it now, then it makes a lot more sense. Even though I still don't have it down totally, but in the coming lessons, it'll be super crucial to start hearing the endings of these words. But yeah, any questions or anything with that?
No. Sometimes I feel like I have to go all the way back to the beginning. It's like, wait, what was that? What did she say? I know I've learned that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So how are we doing as far as homework for this week? Let me pull up the schedule. Because let me know anytime that you're like, hey, let's actually repeat this week or let's take a little bit of a break and go back and review this lesson. Like, let me know anytime that that happens. So for week 8, coming up, the tentative plan here is to watch 11B, to rewatch lesson 11, to watch lesson 12, watch lesson 12, watch lesson 11B, and then watch lesson 11 again. So we're basically just adding one more lesson into the mix of what we've already got. Is that doable?
Mm-hmm.
We'll
I
give
like
it a
I
shot.
like having the Google Classroom. I really liked that a lot.
Yeah, so
that was super
anytime
helpful.
that you have feedback on the Google Classroom or whatever, let me know so that we can make it better. And because it's just new to me, I haven't really fully dove into it yet. So if there's something else that I'm missing or whatever, but my goal this week is to try to get some of those flashcards and things put on there as a link so that you can easily access those and start like quizzing right in Google Classroom itself. I think that'll be
Oh,
helpful
that'd be good.
doing that, especially with these construct forms. Yeah. So yeah, after class today, I'll put this session video on there as well as link to all of these lessons. And then sometime this week, as I get going, I'll get those flashcards on there as well. But yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Stacy. I don't know. Sometimes when it comes back down to construct forms, I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I leading this discussion? I don't even understand it myself half the time. But yeah. All right. Well, if you have any questions in the meantime,
Just think of it this way: you know more than we do, and
Mm.
then you're always teaching, so that's good.
and it's interesting because like when I went to Shabbat service this last Friday, it was amazing how much I actually understood this time. Like, I don't know, I've been quite a few times and stuff, but this time it was like, holy cow, I almost understood that whole Torah portion. Could I recite it? No, but I understood it. It was talking about
Uh,
Pharaoh and the Ochalim that they were in as they were crossing the sea. Like, I was like, oh, it's so fun when you start putting something together and you're like, I'm finally starting to get there. But yeah, so
Yeah, that's so
So
exciting.
cool.
one
Yeah,
thing
it's
that
neat when you watch TV or something and you see something and you go, "Oh, I know that in Hebrew,"
Hmm.
you know.
yeah, exactly. Um, so one thing that I've really liked, it's not that I'm trying to like find other types of sources or anything, because I think Aleph with Beth is like the best one for sure. But one that I've really liked this last week on my drives, because sometimes Aleph with Beth is a little hard when you're driving. Like you can put it on, but unless you've watched it before and can kind of picture in your mind what she's saying, it's a little hard. But I've really liked an app on the phone that's called Pimsleur. I'll type that in the chat really quick. If it's like a $12 a month kind of a thing, but it has a week long free subscription. But anyway, Pimsleur, it's been such a fun one for Hebrew. And anyway, I'm like on lesson like 10 or so just on my drives because all it's doing is doing audio cues and it's going in English and having you do this conversation back and forth. If anybody has extra time on top of everything else, that's one that I would recommend. I really like it. I'm not a fan of Duolingo for Hebrew. I am a fan of Duolingo for Spanish, but not for Hebrew. But anyway, Pimsleur was one that I found this week that I was like, oh, that's really awesome. But yeah.
That's cool. So if you, uh, that's just for like modern Hebrew, did you say?
Yeah,
Spec-
it's a conversational modern Hebrew. So I mean, there's a few things that are a little bit different, but like in lesson one, lesson like 1 through 5, you're just having like this conversation between an American and an Israeli and learning the difference between the male and female conjugations there. And it's very interesting. So like all of the greetings, like Ma shlomech, Ma shlomcha, ani Amerikai. Like there's lots of different things in there that are super fun.
That's cool.
But yeah. But yeah, any other questions in the meantime, feel free to pop on to the Google Classroom and they're on the stream. You can ask them there. You can email me, text me, whatever. But that way, this place, everybody else would be able to see it and maybe pose an answer or give a good place to look on some of the stuff. But I'll get those things on there as soon as I can.
I wanted to thank you for resending this stuff because I just lost everything. That was terrible. All my pictures are gone, and
Oh,
my conversations with the Netherlands was gone. And
Huh.
I have no
Oh
idea
no.
where the genealogy went. I lost all my email.
oh,
Oh no.
I had over 100 in there because of the fact that I have to go back to certain things and
Mhm.
everything's gone.
oh, I'm sorry.
All my family pictures are
That
gone.
is not fun.
Yeah. I wish I was closer. I would try to help you troubleshoot that and stuff and try to see if there was a way we could possibly get them back.
Well, I think I
hap-
have deleted it forever.
Yeah. Darn it.
So
That happened to my son. He got home from his mission and his SD card he put everything on was corrupted and he lost all his mission photos,
oh yeah.
except for the ones he'd sent home. Yeah, that's always a bummer.
And I asked Sunday somebody in my ward, and she is quite often fighting. And then I forgot all about it. She said, well, I have to go, and she's the librarian. And so she had to go, and I had to go to the Relief Society, and I needed my tablet, and so I forgot to give it to her afterwards. So now she hadn't had the chance to check it out, you know. But
Sorry.
yeah, most of the time she looks at my
Where
tablet
did you
and do something
where did you
wrong.
get the Pimsleur? You just go online, you said? It's not, is it an app?
So it's an app on my phone, but let me see.
I was just gonna, sorry, I don't mean to keep you.
So I don't know if you can hear me. My voice is kind of funny today. I was getting sick. But whoever said that her son lost his pictures from the mission, my husband said
Oh
that
yeah,
there is
that
a
was
way
me,
to
uh-huh.
recover. Oh yeah, my husband said that there is a way to recover those photos if you send them to,
Oh,
where did you say?
really?
Data Recovery Center. Data Recovery Center. There's a way to recover those ones from the SD card.
Oh, I wonder if he kept the SD card. I'll have to ask him.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he's been home now since 2014. So yeah, 9
Oh,
years.
okay. Okay, great.
I
Well,
know. They're getting ready to have their
it's-
third baby.
yeah. Oh.
But yeah,
Who
it
knows, maybe.
I'll have to let him know. Maybe he kept it. That would be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's plain.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that, Jeanette?
I said that it's plain the pits.
Yep, the
I
bit.
lost it all. Yeah.
Darn it.
You know, I was sitting kind of in the dark, because I read scriptures in the dark, you know, from my tablet. Just don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and if I can't fall asleep, I just do my tablet. And so I thought, oh, I got a lot of things that I need to clean out of my email, and I pushed the wrong thing, and I deleted all my email. And then I looked at the trash, and I thought, gosh, I've got a lot of trash. No wonder the thing is getting slow. And so I pushed that, and I think I deleted everything that was in there.
Shoot.
Don't
I
ever
still
get-
think when you've
don't
lost
ever-
everything, you can get it. Because that's what the police do. They go in and get deleted items.
Yeah, that's true. But they have special ways.
So, Cameron, you're saying this is modern Hebrew?
Yeah, it's a more modern Hebrew there.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
Awesome. Well, thank
I-
you.
I've liked it in the meantime, but if it's helpful, but if not, it might just be another thing to add on and confuse everyone. So
Yeah, I get a dictionary from the Hebrew. I'm not even sure what is dictionary. Something. Well, it's a guy that's in Israel to put it on, but they have sound that you can listen to the word, and that he always goes and that's too low for me. I cannot follow that. But I can see it written, and sometimes they have a dialogue or something. I tried that for years, but it doesn't register.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
well, thank you again for everything.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we'll see everyone next week.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.